Hi everyone. So today I'm going to show you an example of how you can scrape Twitter likes to Notion. So for example, in this case, I want to see who are these people that has liked my posts. So when I go to the 45 likes, I want to scrape all this information into Notion. So how we can do this is use Bardeen. So first of all, I go to Bardeen, and then I already built these automations, which I'll just click run for now. And then you can see that it's running on active tab, and then it should take around 10 to 15 seconds depending on how many people actually likes the pages. Okay, so you can see it's done. So I'll go back to my page. You can see all the names are being written here, and then I scrape like the descriptions, the URL, and then their ID. So that's how you can do it. And then this use case can be used for different ways as well. I built another examples of scraping like Pokemon datas. So that will be have another example. But for this use case, I'll show you how you can actually build it. So first of all, you need to install Bardeen. So first of all, you need to install Bardeen, which is actually a Chrome extension that works across different browsers that should use Chromium. So once you install it, so what you can do is you just go to the web page that you want to scrape. So for example, let me just go back to this page that I had earlier. So you need to keep this page open. So what you need to do next is just go to Bardeen and then select. So first, there are multiple selections here. There are playbooks, autobooks, scraper. So just a quick explanation. Playbook basically means that these are automations that you have to trigger manually. Audiobooks means that there's automations that you can schedule it to run. And then for our use case, since you want to scrape data from the web page, right? So you'll be using scraper. So just click this and then new scraper template. And in our case, we would like to have a list or table because we will have to extract like a long list of people who like our pages. So then just rename Twitter likes example and start building. So now you need to help Bardeen to understand where is the list, where is the table. So you can just simply select. You can kind of see like that's actually like a, I don't call it like an indicator here. So just to show what it looks like. So there's a bit of trial and error that you need to try it out. But for this use case, so what helps is I'll just select this, and then this will be like a first row, and now select the second row, and then in this case it will be infinite scroll since normally we need to scroll through list of people like top to bottom. And then now this is where it gets started. So now depends on what data I want to capture. So for example, I want the name, so this will be name. You can see it's actually being captured now, all of them. And then I want the ID, so this can be ID, so I can see the ID. And then I want the description, so I can see the descriptions here. And then maybe I want the link. So normally when we click the profile ID, right, the name, you show the link. So in this case, we just click the name again, but instead of text, we change it to link. And then I'll just change it to URL. And then you can see like the Twitter link is being provided. So that's it. So we can just save the template. And then now that we have the template, let's just go to Scraper just to make sure that we have it. So you can see here, Twitter likes example. And then the next step I can do is create a new playbook. So remember I mentioned earlier, a playbook is meant you try to create automations that you need to click the trigger. So create a playbook, and then I'll select scrape. So this is the actions or functions or modules to scrape web page. So click scrape. And then in this case, we have scrape data on active tab. So it means that every time you try to scrape the data, it needs to be on active. So the example is that I need to have this open before I can use Bardeen. So now we can just go back to Bardeen and then scrape data on active tab. And then it will ask you to select the template you have built. So in our case, in our example, we already have this Twitter likes example. And here you have like a list of items. So sometimes you want to have a cap, but in our case, we just leave it open. And then the next one is, so once you have the scraping, right, you go through all the lists and then create this table. So in our case, you want to put it into Notion. So back to our example here. So we have the table here on Notion called the Bardeen Tutor example. So what you need to do is to share. So go to settings and then make sure that connections you have Bardeen allowed. So in my case, I have already allowed it. If not, you can just go to add connections and just select Bardeen. Okay. And then the next step is we go back to Twitter and then we can go back to Bardeen and then just click plus and then new action. And then you can just search for a Notion. So in our case, we want to create Notion page to database. So basically means that every time there's a new entry, there's a new users, we want to create a new database. So once you select this, and then you can try to search the database that I've added. So in my case, it would be Bardeen, for example. And then since I already set up the columns in advance, so descriptions, ID, name, URL. So next step is just click this, and then you choose this script data on active tab. So this is our action one. Once you select it, you just kind of match one to one descriptions, and then ID, and then name, and then the URL. So once the matching is done, just click done, and that's it. It's simple as this. So next, just click done to complete it. So Twitter likes example. Okay, so this is ready now. So I can see that just make sure this is empty, and then this is the page is ready. So we can go back to Bardeen and just click try it now, and then it should run in the background. So for now, like you shouldn't do anything. Just leave it open. Just leave it running. Okay, it's done. So let's go back to our database. As you can see, like all the data is being stored here. So yeah, there you have it. So this is an example how you can do web scraping using Bardeen.